What's up, Star Wars nerds? And for this edition of Hyperdrives, I will be catching up on a few things from the past couple of weeks, beginning with a wrap-up of the 2024 TVC March Madness put on by the guys at SWTBC on Instagram. If you participated in all of the voting, thank you so much. This is a very worthy venture to let Hasbro know what new figures we want to see in TVC. And if you haven't heard by now, the winner ended up being Pongkrell from the Clone Wars. A very interesting pick, a very cool pick, a figure I would personally love to see. And to get there, he beat Carson Teva in the first round, Pelimoto in the second round, Plo Koon in the third round, Baze Malbus in the fourth round, Shin Hati in the fifth round, and then he took out Balin Skull in the championship to take the win. I knew that Pongkrell had a very strong following, and the fans came out of the woodworks to bring home the victory for him. Here's my original top 25 submissions for the March Madness. As you can see, I've X'd out the ones that did not make the final bracket. And what I've done is I put the numbers in red that represent which rounds my figures got eliminated. So a number 1 means it got eliminated in the very first round, and a number 6 means it got eliminated in the 6th round. And overall, I think my picks did very well, most notably Balin Skull, Shin Hati, Asajj Ventress, Baze Malbus, and Ben Kenobi. Now, there were some rather surprising upsets with respect to my picks, including Hammerhead, who went out in round 1 to Kelleran Beck. And perhaps the most shocking upset, Farm Boy Luke Skywalker lost in the second round to Plo Koon. And I think this just shows that a lot of the fans either just expect Hasbro is going to make this figure anyways and didn't want to use their vote, or they just have Luke Skywalker fatigue with all the Luke figures available and just don't think that the iconic Farm Boy Luke is that important. Switching over from figures we want to figures we now have, I picked up the first wave of 2024, including Finn Starkiller base. It's just a repack of the old Black Series 3.75 Finn with an updated head, and he looks fine. Card back's not that great. Then there was the Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Awesome card back. I pretty much got this for the card back. I will be leaving him carded. Of course, the helmet is still a little too big, unfortunately. I like the VC309 black text. That looks a little bit different on that yellow background than they normally do, so I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, the best figure in this wave is Count Dooku from Attack of the Clones. We finally got him. Awesome image of him using Force Lightning. Great figure. VC307. Very excited to finally get him in the line. He was last year's winner of the TVC March Madness. And of course, I had to get 2 of this guy, so here he is loose. If you haven't seen him already, he is a fantastic figure. Everything about him looks really good. Really don't see anything to complain about with this figure. And check out that face sculpt. Very good likeness to Christopher Lee. He comes with both lit and an unlit saber. I've got it attached to his belt just to show how it can connect. And of course, he comes with the Force Lightning hand. Now, if you're wondering how this compares with the Emperor's Force Lightning hand, you can see they're very similar. The Emperor just is more decrepit. So I think it's just a repaint of that hand, basically. Overall, this is an amazing figure. So glad to finally have him in the line. He is definitely worthy of recognition in the archives of the Jedi Order. Finally, for today, I have a cautionary tale for you when it comes to being patient and being careful when buying collectibles. And so this is Rumsleg. You guys know I love bounty hunter figures, and I've been wanting Rumsleg. But new in box, he's about $50, and he showed up on Tongori.com for about $15. And so I just jumped on it immediately thinking it would sell out without even thinking about the fact that he was missing his helmet and his tank on the back. And I realized that after I ordered it. Well, when it came in, what I also didn't realize, it didn't have the right weapons. So it came with this interesting blaster here. It's got a peg on it, so I thought, okay, maybe this is correct, but because it does fit on the peg, but it is not correct. He also came with this interesting little blaster pistol. I don't know where these weapons come from. They do not go with Rumsleg, so if you know where they come from, let me know in the comments. And just to clarify, this was not a case of false advertising. Tongori did show the image of Rumsleg without the helmet and the tank and with the wrong weapons. So it came as shown on the website. I was just not being careful. So I still wanted a Rumsleg complete with the right accessories, and so I found yet another deal for a loose complete Rumsleg on eBay this time for about 25 bucks, and I went ahead and ordered him, and unfortunately, once again, he came with the wrong weapons. He came with this blaster. It looks like it may be from the Clone Wars era, I'm not really sure, and then this little tiny blaster pistol that looks like a Scout Trooper pistol. And when I went back to look at the original eBay photo, photos, the seller did show him with these blasters. So once again, it is completely my fault for being so careless. And I've now spent around $40, not including taxes and shipping, on these two rumslegs that are not correct, when I could have just bought a mint in box one for $50 to begin with. And if you're wondering what the correct blasters do look like, here's an image of them. There are two different types of blasters he comes with. Interestingly enough, that second blaster on the right is the same blaster used by Ben Quadraneros. For now, I grabbed another random blaster that I just think goes better with this figure, and I'm not sure if I will be spending more money trying to get the correct blasters at this point or not. But just wanted to warn you guys, be careful out there when you get excited for a figure you want for a good deal. Always look at the pictures and descriptions as carefully as possible before ordering. Thanks for watching.